So hello, welcome. Hello, what's going on, Charles? Welcome. If you're new here, my name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor and I'm a coach, and I help you heal from narcissistic abuse. We are talking all about narcissistic abuse and how it affects our lives. So welcome in. I have kids. Yes, I do. I certainly do. I have 3 kids, and all of them are in school. Hi, Amy. What's up, girl? How's it going? What's new? What's new in your lives? Come introduce yourselves. We're going to be talking about why the narcissist lies, and I want to hear from you because I'm about to make some content, and I don't know if you know, I do these videos about why the narcissist lies, and we talk about, or I do these videos about 5 things, and I'm gonna be doing one soon about why the narcissist lies. Can I ask for advice? I see you are helping out. I'm having a panic attack. Adri, I know what that feels like. I know how it feels to have a panic attack. I do offer counseling, or I offer coaching sessions, so I do one-on-ones. If you want to book an appointment with me, you can. But for some quick advice right now, anytime I'm having a panic attack, I change the temperature in my body. I change something in my body. I make myself grounded back to reality. So the reason why you're having a panic attack is because there's something in your brain, there's something in your mind that's making you question things, that you're ruminating over thoughts and emotions. So if you do something like take a cube of ice and put it on the back of your neck, it will make your mind, trick your brain into thinking about something else. You can also take like salt and dump a bunch of salt in your mouth, on your tongue. Now you're thinking about combating that salt with some pop or some milk or something else to get rid of that salt taste in your mouth. So that is also another way to ground. You want to be able to trick your brain into thinking about something else. And sometimes it's to the point of throwing up. Hey, Ro, advice. I went no contact with the narc and he's threatening court and just being awful. I know that feeling. Flower bomb. He's the one that's a neglectful parent. Yeah, what you want to do is focus so much on not reacting. Do your best to focus not react. Because they do not think that we are deserve the truth, so they're high above us. Yeah. My life has never been the same now. You've probably helped a ton of women escape nightmare-like situations, so bless you. Thank you, Matt and Cheese. I appreciate you. Can you read my comment? Why do they threaten court when they never do it? Is that the comment? Why do they threaten court when they never do it? They're trying to get attention from you. Everything they do is to try to get attention. Why do you feel bad going no contact? I know it's best for the kids. We're going to feel bad no matter what we do. We're damned if we do and we're damned if we don't. We're always going to be blamed for everything that the narcissist does, right? So sometimes there's just this level of radical acceptance of just being able to accept that this is just how they are. This is what they do to fuck with our lives. Queen! How's it going? Thank you for the hearts, love. Narcissist can be a massive plus in a relationship. We get stuff done. Yeah, okay, sure. But when you are abusing others, it's not that massive. It's not that great, is it? Right? We can access positive, healthy narcissism. We can absolutely access healthy narcissism, okay? There are areas and behaviors of narcissism. There are areas and behaviors of narcissism that are healthy. Having the ability to get stuff done. Yeah, absolutely. Having the ability to take risks, to be bold, to stand out, to have to feel important and to do things for ourselves and get shit done. Yeah, absolutely. Narcissism can be healthy. But the level at which you're manipulating and lying to people. What's up, Chris? Thank you for coming in here. The level where we are upsetting people, where we are abusing them, we're manipulating them, we're trying to get our way. You know, a lot of narcissists will be cheating on you, lying to you, stealing from you, basically, you know, making you feel smaller and less than yourself. That is not a healthy level of narcissism. That is patterns, that is abusive, that's manipulative, and it's just to benefit the narcissist. So, you know, sometimes narcissism can be accessed in a healthy way. But when you have these behavioral traits that are patterns of behavior that actually hurt and harm other people, that is not healthy at all. True, we never win with them. No, we never win. Write down their threats and use it in a restraining order for child support later. Yes, Charles, thank you. Appreciate you. That is very good advice. My ex-narc is still posting pictures in our old apartment like she's not homeless. Okay. My narcissist hides his phone every time I see him. Yeah, you know what? And thank you for the badge. Thank you for the love badge. If you do want to subscribe, let's get some subscriptions in here, guys. I would love to help and be more present on my lives. I've just been super busy with other things. But if you guys subscribe, then that means you're telling me that you want me to be live more, and I can be live more. So if you do get that chance, just go up and hit the little star and hit the button and subscribe. Subscribe to my lives. You can show some support. If you want me to be here more, I will definitely take that message and make sure that I'm live more often. But yeah, if he's going to be hiding that phone on you, he has got something to hide. You know, a lot of times they're worried about what you'll find. They're worried because they know that they're doing something, you know, doing something shady. So they'll hide shit from you. Why is breaking the trauma bond so hard? So breaking the trauma bond is one of the most difficult things to do. And the reason why it's so hard is it's very much like a heroin addiction. It's very much like an addiction. Basically, you are addicted to the trauma. You're addicted to the narcissist. It happens with levels of hormones that happen in a cycle. So you do get this oxytocin boost right in the beginning when they're love bombing you, when they're telling you that they are your soulmate, that they love you, that they've never met anyone like you, you're the same person, you're everything they've ever wanted and needed. You know, they future fake this reality. Oh, they're going to be with you and they want to start this family with you and have this life with you and it's going to be amazing. And you feel all of these lovely cocktail of love hormones, right? You feel all this oxytocin. And then you might get some of that. You might get the living together. You might get the marriage. You might get the kids. But then they abuse you because they hate themselves. Deep down, they actually really hate themselves, right? They're miserable people living miserable lives, and they want you to be miserable too. So they're going to diminish all of your hopes and goals and dreams, right? You can't bring them good news. You can't even bring them any news. They're going to shut it down. You can't celebrate your birthday with a narcissist. They're going to make sure that you are suffering through your birthday because if you have any joy, they hate it, right? They're going to make you feel insecure because they're insecure, right? They project all their bad behavior onto you. They're going to make you feel worthless. They're going to make you feel, you know, by the end of my relationship, I was depressed. I was anxious. You know, I had a hard time eating, sleeping. So they're going to put you in a really bad mental state. And that's going to give you high levels of cortisol. That's a lot of stress hormone. And we're only supposed to have a bit of cortisol coursing through when we're about to, like, you know, jump out of a plane or, you know, go on stage and do a speech or start something brand new that we're really anxious about. We're not supposed to have levels of cortisol coursing through our body at all hours of the day and night all the time. We're not supposed to have that much stress. But we're in a constant state of fight or flight because we have no idea what kind of person is going to walk through that door. Could it be Jekyll? Could it be Hyde, right? We have no idea. We're constantly on edge. Exactly. So when we're in this constant state of fight or flight, it's extremely exhausting. We need a break from that. We need a period of calm. So then what happens in the abuse cycle is we do get that period of calm. right? We do get love bombing, and we never know where it comes from. The narcissist could be cheating on you and having supplies somewhere else, and they're all excited and they come back excited with you. They could be trying to keep you in the relationship because they realize that you're kind of going away and that you're starting to not put up with it and take your power back. So they're going to, you know, tease you with breadcrumbs and try to keep you back in this relationship and you know, basically future fake again and say that things are going to get better. I promise I'm going to stop drinking. I promise. I make all these false promises, but then also, you know, apologize for things that they did without any changed behavior. Apologies are really just manipulation. So they're just manipulating you to keep you back in. But then we get this hit of more hormones, which is dopamine. Dopamine is responsible for our pleasure and reward. So when we get this intermittent reward, it tells our brain, hey, there's hope here. I can stay, right? And then we're back to the oxytocin, back to the love bombing again. And then over time, we're back to the stress hormone, the cortisol. And they are now abusing us all over again because it perpetuates. You know, it just keeps going in a circle. Hey, Al, what's up? Hurtin' Albertan over here. Go follow my friend. He's amazing. Cody Clough, what's up, babes? How's it going? You're going through this now, right? So this is the cycle of abuse. This is what happens in a narcissistic cycle, a relationship with a narcissist. It starts with that oxytocin, the love hormone. Then it goes into the cortisol, that stress hormone. Then we're back up into this, you know, pleasure hormone, which is dopamine because it's a reward. We become addicted just like anything else that gives us dopamine. And then we go back to the oxytocin and then the cortisol and then the dopamine, and it goes around in a circle, and that is really what creates a trauma bond. We are now trauma bonded to this narcissist, and we're always going to be chasing that high, that very first hit of oxytocin. We're going to be chasing it, just like a heroin addict is always chasing the dragon, chasing that first hit, how that felt. But it never, ever, ever feels the same. Right? It never feels the same. It just gets worse and worse and worse over time. And the narcissist will wear you down in this relationship and make you feel like you cannot survive without them. Just like a heroin addict cannot survive until they get their next hit of medicine because they're sick without it. We become sick without the narcissist. So it becomes a lot easier for us to be hoovered back into this cycle of abuse and let it continually perpetuate over and over and over and over and over again. This is a trauma bond, and this is why it's so hard to break. Finally diagnosed with ADHD at 36 after leaving the narcissist. Correlation? Yeah, maybe there is a correlation. Sometimes ADHD can go undetected for a really long time, but narcissists, they do thrive on anybody with any kind of like mental disorder or personality disorder or deficiency. They do thrive on that because they can use that to weaponize. They can weaponize your mental health against you, make you look like the crazy one. How do we break the trauma bond? Such a good question. So there's a couple things I can offer you. A friend of mine, Lisa Sani, Stronger Than Before, she's created an amazing course called the Trauma Bond Recovery Course. And along with it, you can get a Trauma Bond Recovery Journal. I'm in my car right now, so I can't show you. But both can be found on the link in my bio. So if you go up to the link in my bio, you can find the Trauma Bond Recovery Journal and the Trauma Bond Recovery Course. And it's under Stronger Than Before resources. So I would go and check that out. It is a 12-week self-guided course that allows you to understand what the trauma bond is, what I just explained earlier. And just so you know, if you're new here, my name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor, and I'm also a coach. And I help people heal from narcissistic abuse and also help you, give you the tools and clarity to move forward in your healing. So if you are interested in doing the course, it's a 12-week self-guided course, and that course gives you access to knowing what the trauma bond is, understanding how it works, and giving you this access to healing, right? It gives you every single week, it gives you self-guided tools on how to learn what the trauma bond is. So I would take a look at that. Now, I also have 6 recommended books under Coach Row recommended books. And Flower Bomb, thank you for asking that question. My favorite book to read, the very first one to read, is Psychopath Free by Jackson Mackenzie. So I would take a look at that book, read that book. It is going to give you a healing guide on how to identify and heal from narcissistic people, sociopaths, psychopaths, and other toxic people. It gives you a really good idea of what you're dealing with and how to heal from these types of people and how they've affected your lives. Staying no contact is one of the first acts of self-love, so that is something that you absolutely need to do. And yes, that would be the first book that I recommend first. Yes. Who here has read that book? And tell me in the comments right now what you feel about that book. Okay. That book is wonderful. Yes. Hi. Hey, what's up, Appleton? How's it going? How's it going? What are you doing tonight? Should I go live on my fun account tonight? Appleton John, you're going to be on that one? They have affected my TikTok lives. Yeah, have they? Yeah. Me, the book opened my eyes. Thank you, Amy. I made you a moderator, Amy, because I know you're going to be here a few times. And I have moderators that I cannot trust. So I had to, yeah, I made you a moderator. So hopefully you're okay with that. Yes, Megan, it's pretty great. Yes, guys. So that is a really great book. Okay, so Cannon says also Debbie Misra book, The Covert Passive Aggressive Narcissist. Yes, the Passive Aggressive Narcissist is a very good book as well. Now, if I know there's some men in here, so this isn't to, segregate or anything, but it is written by a man. Dr. Lundy Bancroft wrote the book. Why does he do that? And it's about being inside the mind of a dangerous man, inside the mind of psychopaths, sociopaths, and narcissists. And it's written about men and society, and the patriarchy. So it's a really, really good book to read, just to kind of give you an idea of, if you are a woman and the men in your life have been narcissistic, this is a great idea to read that book. But it could also be, you could also flip it and learn about women as well, because there are a lot of female narcissists out there as well. Hello, Letty. How's it going? Welcome. I will literally put my number on here for someone to reach out to me. Let me know if I can mentally keep going. Sierra, I've built a really strong community. If you want to join my Facebook support group, it is free. You can go to the link in my bio and join the Facebook support group, and you can meet a lot of people that are going through what you're going through. You are not alone. You do not have to go through this alone. There are lots of people who have walked different walks of life that are in different stages in the healing game that you could reach out to. You might even inspire somebody from your perspective and what you're going through. And if you don't have Facebook, I also offer a monthly coaching session. My next one is on September 25th. And I believe there's only 3 spots left. So if anybody wants to book that, just go to the link in my bio. It's only $25. It's 90 minutes with a group of like-minded people and a group of people who have gone through what you're going through. Krista, thank you for subscribing, and thank you for being here. I know you subscribed a while back. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Anyone who does subscribe to the live here, I would very much appreciate it, and it would just tell me to go live more often. I've had some personal circumstances in my life that has really prevented me and kind of put a halt in me being able to go live and chatting. And yes, I've been super busy, but I've also been dealing with my personal stuff as well. What time is my group coaching session? It is 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So it would be 9 p.m. Eastern Time. So I just wanted to say that, even though I'm a coach and I've read and learned and educated myself on everything that narcissistic abuse is and how it affects us, it doesn't stop me from still being abused by narcissists in my life. And so I still have to cope. I still have to go to therapy. I still have to go to my coaches and get support and help for some of the things that I deal with. And there's a lot of trauma that happens that is ongoing. One thing I will say, if you do not have kids with a narcissist and you know that somebody is toxic in your life, please don't have kids with them. It's going to be a lot harder for you to separate and go no contact. It can be done, and I can absolutely help you do it. I have been no contact with the narcissist in my life for 9 months, and he still gets to me. So, I just want you guys to know that, it's a long-term commitment to have kids with a narcissist. And there usually isn't hope that they're going to get better with kids, because nothing really gets them better unless they get better for themselves. So a kid is not a Band-Aid. Marriage is not a Band-Aid. Even therapy is not a Band-Aid. You're going to have a really difficult time getting a narcissist to admit and to be in this space where they are wanting to heal, unless they know how to be vulnerable, unless they know how to take accountability, unless they can get to a place where they can tell the truth. Hi, inner child work. Yes, my lives have been informative. Oh, thank you so much for that, Lindsay. I appreciate you. Thank you. The name of the book is called, so which one? I was talking about 2 books. So Psychopath Free, that's by Jackson Mackenzie. And the other book that I mentioned is Why Does He Do That by Lundy Bancroft. But when your kids are 7 and 17, not married. What do you mean? 4 children with a narc, and it's been a nightmare. Yeah, I have 3 children with a narcissist, and it is an ongoing nightmare. Absolutely. Appreciate you for helping people. Yes, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing the live. Thank you for tapping the screen. Thank you for being here. Ask your questions. What we're really talking about today is why the narcissist lies, and there are a few reasons why the narcissist lies. And I'm going to put it and make it into a 5 things video. So I have a folder in my content called 5 things. And so far I've made 5 things that I would never do in dating now that I've been with a narcissist and I'm healing from abuse. And then 5 things that the narcissist does not want you to know. So those are the 2 videos I made. I'm going to make a third one, 5 things, 5 reasons why the narcissist needs to lie. And so anybody who's in here that has ever dealt with a narcissist, whether it be your friend, whether it be a parent, whether it be a coworker or a boss or your romantic partner, right? Why do you think that this narcissist in your life, sorry, my lashes are doing a thing and I have to fix them. Sorry about that, guys. Why do you think, thank you, Amy, why do you think they lie? Right? About everything and anything. Why do you think they lie? What are some reasons? To avoid shame and guilt. Yeah, absolutely. To avoid shame and guilt. They have so much shame. They have so much guilt. They don't want you to know how deeply flawed they are. They're going to do everything to cover up, hashtag lash problems, I know. They're going to cover up how flawed they are. They don't want you to know. They're going to lie about it. What else? Do I journal? Absolutely. So if you don't have periods of time you don't remember from the abuse because writer's block, yeah, yes. Yeah, when you want to journal, make sure that you put a date on every part that you journal. It's very important to put a timeline together so that when you're starting to dissect your abuse, you feel a little more like you can map it out. And thank you so much for purchasing a subscription. I appreciate you, Megan. Thank you for subscribing. To get out of the situation, to avoid an argument. Leanna, absolutely. Yeah, they want to get out of a situation. They want to avoid any confrontation. Right. They want to be able to avoid it. 50 lashes for the crooked lashes, 20 Hail Marys and ask forgiveness. 20 Hail Marys, no. Yeah, they have no communication skills. Absolutely. Shame is a huge part of being a narcissist. Yeah, they're so deeply flawed. They're so deeply flawed. I mean, so are a lot of us, but we have vulnerability. Everyone on this planet has flaws, right? It would be really irresponsible for anyone to walk around this earth saying that they don't have flaws. But the lengths at which a narcissist goes to cover up those flaws and to really mask who they truly are because they don't know how to identify themselves and they have deep guilt and shame for who they actually are. So that is something that, you know, you want to think about when you're thinking about why the narcissist lies, because their lies really damage us. Their lies are really manipulative. Their lies can really hurt us and make us spin. And when we're sitting here spinning, being gaslit, it makes us feel crazy. The whole point of gaslighting is to make the victim feel crazy, right? The very first story of gaslighting, initially, the woman felt so crazy when she was being gaslit and had to question her reality that she did check herself into a mental institution because of how crazy she felt. And that's what's really fucked up about gaslighting, is that it works. It does make us feel crazy. You know, it works to such extreme levels where we do have like mental disorders immediately after the gaslighting or immediately after all of this abuse. A lot of us will have CPTSD because of this. A lot of us will have anxiety ongoing, you know, a hard time sleeping, a hard time eating. So it does affect us, you know, on a mental level, but it also affects us physically too, because if we don't have access to our sleep, we're not going to be physically sound, right? So yeah, that's another reason why. They also want to cover themselves up. Yeah, they want to cover up for all of their insecurities. You don't ask for much. He blames you for causing him stress, right? When he struggles to show the bare minimum. The bar is so low for most men already, but for narcissists, there is no bar. There's no, they will only give you just enough. It's breadcrumbing, right? Yeah, it turns out you were married to a narc and then you ended up with diagnosed severe depression and anxiety. Same girl, same. Severe depression and anxiety, which really surprised my mom, because my mom is like, my daughter's not, like, I have OCD, so I have organization and symmetry type OCD. So that is something that I've always had. And I've been treated for, but it got really, it ramped up when I was in the abuse cycle with my ex-husband, because I couldn't control anything else in my life. So I had to control, you know, all of the things around me, all of the objects around me. So I had to control and make sure everything was straight, and I had complete anxiety. My body would just be on fire. Like, I'd be crawling out of my skin when something wasn't done right? And he would do things to really fuck with me about that, because he knew that that was something that he could make fun of and weaponize. Hey, Ro, hope you're having a good day. I start my second job today having anxiety, but take small steps. Becca, take small steps, baby steps. Hi, Norma. How's it going? My ex made me sick and I got down to 95 pounds. I'm sorry to hear that. They do that. It's a hard if you have a hard time eating, you have a hard time sleeping. The bar is so low for most men already. Well, I mean, come on. We have people here congratulating men for washing their own boxers, for having no shit streaks on their boxers. Like, we're congratulating them. Like, come on. We're congratulating them for texting you back once, for asking you how your day is. Like, the bar is really fucking low. So add that to a narcissist who's entitled, who has self-importance, who exploits situations, who like to abuse and manipulate you. Like, of course they will only do the bare minimum. They can barely even do the bare minimum. Thank you for the encouragement. You got this, guys. Everybody give Becca some encouragement. That is not easy to start a new job, and so you totally got this. I can never understand when I told my ex what he was doing. He just told me it's make-believe world. Yeah, because they live in their own delusions. Jess, what's up, girl? Never settle. Absolutely. LOL, for real. For me, opposite gave up on me and gained so much weight. Yeah, sometimes that happens too. So we'll have eating disorders, whether it's lose weight or gain weight, right? We will sometimes harm ourselves in other ways, where we might even have narcissistic fleas and pick up some of their bad behaviors. Sometimes we even pick up addiction because coping through another form of modality is going to help us, right? Thank you for subscribing. I love seeing those love badges, guys. I really appreciate it. Come join us at the ACA meetings. Yeah, so I used to go to Al-Anon meetings when I was with the narcissist, because he's an alcoholic. And so what would happen is I would go there, and this is before I knew about narcissism. I would go there and I'd be like, oh, all of this makes a lot of sense. Like, I'm mirroring him. I'm mirroring his behaviors. I'm starting to become the alcoholic, right? And now I can call him the narcissist because he is not only an alcoholic, but also a narcissist. But I was picking up those fleas. I was picking up the narcissistic fleas. I was raging out sometimes on my kids. I was losing my patience with them. I was getting upset and aggravated and frustrated with almost everyone else in my life because I couldn't express anything around the narcissist. So around other people, I'd be frustrated with every little thing. And I became really angry. And so those are some of the fleas that I picked up. Charles, you picked up becoming controlling. Yeah, and it troubles you. So here's a really good key. Here's a really, really good way to test if you're the narcissist or if you're picking up narcissistic fleas, okay? Here's a good way to test if you're the abuser or if you're being a victim of reactive abuse. Here's a good way to test if it's you that's the problem, or if it has been developed and adapted in nature, right? In your environment. Here's how you know. Who wants to know this? Who has ever asked themselves, am I the narcissist, or am I just picking up fleas? Am I abusive, or is this just reactive abuse? Who's ever asked this question, and who wants to know how to tell whether it is abuse from your end or it's reactive abuse? Who wants to know? I do. Me. Me. Okay, this is how we know. This is how we know. If you are starting to rage out, if you start to get angry, if you start to do things that the narcissist is doing, and you see these behaviors in yourself, and you start asking yourself, and it's not actually this test, Jess, it's something completely different, but I can do the test, okay? I can do the test. I want you to ask yourself this question. How do you feel immediately after you rage out? How do you feel? What emotions pop up inside you immediately after you have this frustration or you feel like this? What do you feel like, right? What happens to your body? What happens to you? What's the immediate feel? Terrible. You feel guilty. You feel remorse. What else? What else do we feel? Embarrassment. We feel guilt. We feel sad. Justified. You feel belittled. You feel guilt. You feel shame. Okay. Your therapist and I had this chat. Yeah, thank you for telling your story. You're so welcome. You feel remorse. You wish you could go back and change it. That's the key, guys. There's the key right there. We wish we could go back and change it. Why do you think we wish that we could go back and change it? Why do you think this? The reason why we wish we could go back and replay that moment is because it is out of our integrity and out of our character. We are at battle and we're not in alignment with our true nature, with ourself. We actually do something that is out of alignment in ourself. Hey Shay, what's up, girl? So the reason why we feel so sad, we feel so guilty, we feel so shameful, we have remorse, we have regret, we wish we didn't do it because we're out of our own integrity. This is not our authentic self. We're being inauthentic. And when we are not in alignment with who we are, it feels really fucking shitty. That's how we know that that's not who we are. That's how we know that it's reactive abuse. That's how we know that it's a narcissistic flea we picked up. That's how we know that it's not us. And it's a lesson for the next time you get triggered or the next time you get pushed to this space where you might react, where you might act out of character, where you might do something that's not in your nature to do. We have to actually sit back and go, wait a minute, let me play this tape till the end and let me see how it feels. Am I going to feel sick to my stomach? Am I going to feel like really shitty and guilty and remorseful? Am I going to feel this way? If so, then you can stop yourself and cope in a different way. Take a deep breath, right? Try to calm your nerves. Try to pull yourself out of the situation and reduce the intensity, and try to be mindful with who you are and remember who you are and get to a place of, this is not me. I don't act this way. I don't react this way. And what I'm feeling is a narcissistic flea. What I'm feeling is a trigger response to react. I'm being pushed to react. That's how we know that it's not us. That's something that we can feel remorse for. When a narcissist does these things, they do not feel remorse. They feel justified. They feel like what they did is right. They feel like you deserved it. Right? They feel as if you need to have this treatment in order to learn a lesson. Right? And it's having this much reflection that it's not about manipulation exactly. You're doing this because you're not trying to manipulate. You're not trying to control. You're trying to survive. That's all you're doing. You're trying to survive. And a reactive abuse is being abusive in defense to a narc. No, reactive abuse actually is the narcissist abusing you by making you react. It's the narcissist abusing you by using your reaction as manipulation to make you feel as if you are the abuser when you're not. That would be reactive abuse. It is a response to their abuse. It is a reaction to their abuse. Never in any situation is the victim of abuse ever an abuser. Okay? If you've been a victim of abuse, you were abused by financial means, you were abused emotionally, you were abused verbally, you were abused physically, psychologically, and in this case, you were abused with your reaction. So you're abused reactively. These are just types of abuse styles that a narcissist will use against you so that you feel isolated, so that you feel like you're the abuser, you might feel crazy, you'll feel confused. And these are all an effort to manipulate your emotions and your feelings because the narcissist doesn't know how to have any emotions or feelings. They don't know how to regulate their own emotions and feelings. Their reactive abuse is out of this world. Yeah, they push you until you get to the boiler point, for sure. Word salad, when the psychopath does what to keep you busy, they make outrage. Yeah, exactly. So word salad is actually, there's word salad and there's narcissistic word salad. Not to really be confused. So word salad is really just a bunch of words strung together that really don't make sense. A lot of the times, people with schizophrenia, people with other mental illnesses will say word salad because their brain actually doesn't know how to connect certain statements and certain words together. And what they might be saying doesn't really make a lot of sense and we don't understand it. So clinically, word salad can be completely used in a different setting. People with mental illness, people with have a hard time communicating will sometimes say word salad because that's just how their brain works, right? And most clinicians or health professionals will look at someone with, like, say, schizophrenia and listen to their word salad and just understand that their brain is just spitting out words. They're not really making a lot of coherent sense. Now, narcissistic word salad is completely different, okay? Narcissistic word salad is meant to confuse you. And they might actually be saying it because they don't even really know what they're saying. They're just trying to say words to get your attention, to get you to react. So they might say, you looked in my phone when you know that my phone is my place. You broke my trust, and my trust means everything in the world. So how can I even trust you to even tell me that you saw what you saw? Because if you think that I'm cheating on you, but you looked at my phone, my trust means nothing to you. So that means I don't mean anything to you. So maybe I should be cheating on you. Maybe I should be doing this kind of stuff. Because you can't even trust me to trust you, so we don't even trust each other. What kind of relationship is this when it's supposed to be built on trust, but you don't even trust me to not even have my phone, to look at my phone? That's word salad. What the fuck did I just say? What the hell does any of that mean? None of that makes any sense, right? They're just saying words to keep your mind busy for you to try to figure out what is going on, to keep you more confused. And they will attack you with word salad in order for you to give up and get confused and just let go of the situation. That's word for word what my ex would say, right? Oh, it's getting hard in here. We're going to open the door a little bit. So see how that doesn't make any sense at all? So if a narcissist is using narcissistic word salad on you, they want to leave your head spinning. They want you to try to sit there on the edge of the seat trying to figure out what those words mean so that you can make sense of it. And the more confused you get, the less powerful you feel, the less you feel in control of the conversation. A conversation with anyone starts over here and ends over here. Okay? And somewhere in between, there's going to be obstacles. Sometimes it's going to go around in a circle over there. There might be something over here, and it goes around, it goes backwards, but it eventually ends over here, okay? Narcissistic word salad is just a bunch of different directions with different obstacles going around in circles, and there's no end, and there's no beginning, and there's no point to be made. It's the only purpose of narcissistic word salad is for you to feel confused. Four D's of abnormality. Dangerous. What's the fourth one? Or where's all four? Pop them in. They hit all four. Run. Yeah, if you have somebody who is talking to you in circles, if you ever feel confused about anything, somebody's content, something that someone's talking to you about, a friend that you've met, a person you're dating, the second you feel confused with what they're saying, that's a red flag. Your confusion is a red flag. I thought word salad was a completely nonsensical sentence. It is in the clinical terms for certain people who have mental disorders that cannot communicate properly in words. Word salad is really just talking. Have you ever been on a bus or on a train or out in public with a person who's maybe homeless, who has drug addiction, who's been living on the street, and they're literally just talking? And they're saying a bunch of nonsensical things. You know, one time when I was 15, I was walking downtown. I think I was 15. I was in high school. I was walking downtown and somebody came up to me and was like, the planets are aligning and everybody here is going to wonder what is happening when the fire comes out of the storm and the rain comes pouring down and it's poisonous and it's harmful to this earth. Like, he was just talking like this, right? He was just talking, and I looked at him and then I just turned away and looked the other way. That would be word salad. That's something that comes out of somebody who has mental health crises or has issues with their mental stability. Narcissists will use the same tactic to say a bunch of words in order to make you feel very confused. Love you guys, gotta go. See, for me, because neurological disorders, I struggle with word salad. when I have a flare up. Yeah, and sometimes word salad is something that happens when we're having a mental health crisis, or because it is a neurological, something happens with our communication where some people cannot actually communicate properly, and that could be word salad. But with narcissistic word salad, it's very different. They're actually saying things. They're actually doing things in order for you to feel confused. Hey, what's up, Michelle? How's it going? Oh man, that explains why I'm always confused. Yeah, so if you are confused when you're with somebody, if they say things that are so confusing to you, and you have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, that's a red flag. If you do not feel comfortable being yourself, that's a red flag. If you cannot come to this person with your good news, with your bad news, with your sad news, with your frustrating news, you don't feel seen, or you don't feel heard, or you feel invisible, that's a red flag. So let's change the story here. Let's shift the narrative. Let's shift the focus on what a red flag is. Red flags, I'm glad someone understands word salad, right? Right? Exactly. There are people who will just say words. Saying words. Let's shift the idea of what a red flag is. We tend to think, red flags are what we see in other people. Oh, he's a walking red flag because he said I love you on the first date. Yes, that is true. But how did you feel when this person that you hardly even know told you that they love you? Did it give you anxiety? Right? The red flag, if we can focus it off of the other people and focus it on ourselves, if we have anxiety around somebody, that's a red flag. If we are confused by what the person is saying to us, that's a red flag. If our intuition is saying, hey, I don't know about this person, that would be a red flag, right? If their words don't match their actions and you're catching them in a lie and you're like feeling super suspicious about who they are, that's a red flag. So let's turn the red flags into what we feel, how it makes us feel. Just list off my childhood trauma. Oof. Sorry, Jake. Same. Yes. Mine would accuse me of one thing before I could accuse another until I got so lost. That would be a form of word salad. And just so you know, if you didn't know this already, accusations from a narcissist are actually confessions. They're actually confessing to you that they've done something. And maybe it's not that bad. Maybe it's just you have a bad mood. They might be like, why are you in such a bad mood? Why are you in such a bad mood? Are you on your period or something? Have you taken your medication today? Why are you in such a bad mood? That's an accusation. Maybe you're just sitting on the couch relaxing, reading a book. What do you mean I'm in a bad mood? Your face looks like that. Why does your face look like that? It's because they're in a fucking bad mood and they want to tell you that you're in a bad mood. That's the reason why. Yeah, you look suspicious. Why do you look so suspicious? Right, Megan? Exactly. Why do you look so suspicious? Because they're the one walking around doing something shady. They're the one who's suspicious. They're going to ask you if you're suspicious. Thank you for the likes, love. Hi, what's going on, girl? I'm that mom. Cadis, how's it going, love? Sometimes I have to look because the names are all different, so I can recognize you from your little pictures, but sometimes I have to make sure. Tinder is full of narcs. True. That is a very true statement. But hey, you know what? I wrote a course on dating, okay? Healthy dating after abuse. If you want to love bomb and I'm out, talk to you later. Exactly. If you want to check out that course. Sorry, my eyelash is doing a thing. Whew. Yikes. If you want to check out that course, hey, Kevin, what's up? If you want to check out that course, go to the link in my bio, and I want you to go to narcapp.com. You can download the app, the Narc app. You can do the course on the website, But go check it out. And so the link in my bio, it's called Narc App. And my course is called Healthy Dating After Abuse. I wrote a course on how to be ready to date again, how to get out into the world and step out into the world after abuse, how to identify red flags. What are some examples of red flags, right? What it takes to be ready, self-care, self-love, going no contact with the narcissist, identifying what narcissistic traits you were drawn to so that you avoid them in the future, finding out what your attachment style is, what your love language is, what kind of relationship you might be looking for and what's okay, and being accepting of that. And then what happens next and how a relationship, a healthy one, how it feels, what it looks like. So if you want to know about that course, if you want to take that course, it is on the link in my bio. It's called Healthy Dating After Abuse, and it is on narcapp.com. You can go and download that right now and come back and say, hey, I downloaded it. So that is something that a lot of people are struggling with is Tinder a safe place to be? Is Tinder okay to be? Can I be there right now? Maybe you're not ready, and that's okay too. It's okay to not be ready. How much is the course? Because I'm scared. The Trauma Bond course is $59. The Narc App course, or my Healthy Dating After Abuse, is on the Narc App, and that's by subscription. So there's different levels, so you can have access to other courses as well, and that you can find all the prices on narcapp.com. Mine joke about kidnapping me. I was at the cops a few days ago. Ooh, that's really creepy. That's not a joke at all. Sorry to hear that. Another thing that's coming up on November 10th is a webinar. There's a Narc App. Wow. Yeah, there's a Narc App. The webinar is called How Could I Have Fallen for a Dangerous Man? And this is a really amazing course. We are going to be interviewing Sandra L. Brown, who's the author of Dangerous Men and Falling for Women Who Fall for Dangerous Men and Women Who Love Psychopaths. And that that course is on the link in my bio as well. If you want to sign up for that, it's $25. Thank you for the hand heart. If you want to sign up for that, it's $25. I will be helping interview Sandra L. Brown about this type of abuse. She has taken years and years to study pathological love relationships, and she has been in the space of healing and in the space of research and understanding dangerous men and what a dangerous man is. And if yours is a woman, this can still apply to you because it is about psychopaths. If you want to join that webinar, it's on November 10th. You will also get a recording of the webinar if you cannot make it, and I will be a panelist on that webinar helping ask some of the questions to Sandra L. Brown on some of the pathological love relationships that she has studied. So I would go and check that out. Next, I am a life coach, and if you're just tuning in, my name is Ro, and I'm a certified life coach. I'm also a narcissistic abuse survivor of 15 years, and I help people heal from narcissistic abuse. If you want to work with me one-on-one, you can work with me, and we can get together, and I can give you some clarity. There could be something that you're dealing with, that you're healing with in your life, and I understand for some people who can't afford it right now and who aren't able to invest in their healing because of circumstances that usually are created by the narcissist. I'm here for you whenever you're ready, but I also offer a sponsor survivor program. So anybody in this chat and anybody in this community, and thank you so much for them roses, anybody in this community who has the means to offer your support to another survivor, you can go to the link in my bio and you can sponsor and donate a session. You can donate tickets to the group coaching. You can help somebody else with this type of healing if you have the means to do it. I do have clients that will just randomly buy a session for somebody in the community. And every time I get one donated, I go live and I put all your names in a draw and I just pick it live. I do it for 20 minutes. So if that's something that you would like to do, you can go to the link in my bio and you can just book a coaching session for anybody in this community so that I can give it away to someone who needs it, who can't afford it right now, who's maybe being financially abused, who might be isolated financially and dependent on the narcissist, or who has someone in their life that's preventing them from investing in their own healing. Thank you, Angel. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the follow, guys. So any last questions before I end the live? I like to go on for about an hour. Again, my kids, this is the first year that they're all in school, all at the exact same time. So this is kind of cool for me because usually my kids, they all have school at different times and I'm always with one or with two. So I pick my daughter up in about 30 minutes. And then my sons, I pick them up at 3. So this is like my time. Like, it's weird to have like time to myself when I have my kids. So I figured I'd just go live while I'm waiting, drink my Starbucks. My siblings are in their late 20s, completely financially dependent on our narc mom. Any ideas? Yeah, I bet you your narcissistic mom creates a lot of chaos in your life, right? And we do become dependent financially on narcissists, whether they're our parents, whether they're our, partners. And so what we have to do is we have to remember and identify what chaos they bring to our lives that prevents us from monetizing and living out our dream and purpose. They stop us from getting jobs. They stop us from going out there and making a life for ourselves. They do stop us from doing it because they don't want us to succeed, and they're more comfortable with us being dependent on them. So what we have to do is, yes, we have to unspin those webs. We have to find out what creates chaos. Is it calling you a loser? Is it making you feel insecure about yourself, right? Once we remove and identify the chaos and get rid of that, our mind is no longer entertained by that narcissist and what they say and do to us. And we can start entertaining our minds with purpose, passion, dreams, start monetizing. And then you don't have to be reliant anymore on your narcissistic parents. So that's it's kind of a bigger concept. It's a little bit more generalized, but that is something that you need to do in order to be dependent on yourself and not independent and not financially dependent on a narcissist. We remove the chaos and let our brains be entertained with something purposeful, not chaotic. What they got to do is give us chaos. Sorry, I got to go. Ben is live right now. Yes, guys, I got to go as well. I appreciate you all for being here. And somebody did have one question before I head out. Angel, you did have a question. I would absolutely love to answer your question. I'm getting more independent. I work. I'm getting better at my job. Yeah, it gets better and better over time. It gets better and better over time. The more we identify the lies, the more we unspin the webs, the more we identify the chaos and learn how to remove it, the more we get to this place of creation. Instead of being consumed with chaos, we can start creating. Angel, did you have a question? Thanks for the live, Rose. So helpful. You're so welcome. Thank you, Amy, for being here. I'm getting more independent. Okay, thanks. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you. I don't know if Angel wants to answer your question or if you want to book with me or you want to work with me one-on-one. Feel free to send me an email. If anybody does have any questions after this, you can send me an email. If we're friends already in mutuals, you can send me a DM. My door is always open. So if you ever need any support or any guidance, definitely let me know. You can also message me on Instagram as well. I'm also on YouTube and Facebook. So if you do want to follow me on my other channels, I'm there as well. So I appreciate you all so much for being here. Thank you for being here. And I will try to be back live another time. So let's stay narc free. And remember that thank you, Cannon. Remember this. If anything, I want you to remember this. your worst day on the side of freedom will still be far better than any day you ever had with that narcissist. I'm going to say it again. Your worst day on the side of freedom will still be far better than the very best day you ever had with that narcissist. I love you all. Stay narc free. Thank you.